Minecraft being on the internet as long as it has seen its fair share of mysteries and ARGs come through about it, and one that became very popular was Don't Look at the Moon. The story is told through the eyes of a guy called Legend Finder, who started uploading these cryptic videos about these mysterious occurrences. And I covered this once in the past, but since then, a lot more new information has come out that's fleshed out the story and proven me wrong in so many places. That video is so outdated. But before you get into the video, I need you guys to do one single thing for me. I need you to enjoy the video. Some people don't get it yet, that's all I need. Now, many people are probably like me and found out about Legend through his Minecraft iceberg. It became one of the most popular iceberg charts on that subreddit and reached thousands of people through YouTubers covering it. However, even after looking into it and hearing about it multiple times, I never really learned about the process behind it being created. Yo, got into another project today. Spent a few hours literally working non-stop on a Minecraft iceberg. This is a warning. What you just heard was me voice acting, and you're gonna hear a lot more of that throughout the video. And I just want to say, I'm sorry. This is an entry we have from Legend's personal journal way back when he was first starting the iceberg. Later on that day, Legend logs onto Discord and goes to talk to his friends about his new plan with his project. Hey guys, I'm making a Minecraft iceberg, by the way.
Oh wait, that reminds me of this one weird post I found. You could probably call it like Don't Look at the Moon or whatever. Well, okay, hang on. Let me DM you this.
Legend's close online friend Mayflower sends him a wall of text that's basically a Reddit post describing different things you can do to interact with the Minecraft moon. It's a weird creepypasta-ass sounding list, requiring the player to do things like look at the moon for a whole night or stare at it with the clock for 3 hours. I mean, most of these just sound like bullshit people made up on the spot. Legend spits facts. But nonetheless, it's another entry to add to the berg, so might as well. We skip forward 2 months. Oh, holy shit, that was like a cartoon burp, what the fuck? We skip forward 2 months in the future and we get another journal entry. This was a while ago, but do you remember that Minecraft iceberg I made? Did pretty good on Reddit. Might become the most popular one now. Anyway, I'm gonna test out the moon stuff starting today. It's gonna be a whole lot of nothing, but a horror series with no horror is pretty much avant-garde, right? We see that Legend is actually planning to dive into these Minecraft moon rumors and speculations by himself. He tells Mayflower about this, who then gets interested and wants to be updated as he tests. So, it all starts the next day. The first video that I saw on the Legend Finder channel was clock goes haywire when looking at the moon. How the theory goes is that the clock should randomly spin around when you look at the moon for a while and then block the moonlight with the wall. But when Legend does it, nothing really happens. Writing this with the worst headache of my life. I'm gonna die. Tell my wife I love them. Anyway, as expected, nothing right now. It's fun to do them though. And now Legend is excited to keep on testing out with the theories, but something wrong's starting to happen. A sickness infects Legend's body, and now he's stuck with the cold. But despite this cold, the testing must go on. It's for the iceberg. October rolls around. And now as we roll into October and Legend's feeling a little bit better, he gets to testing again. We test the theory that if you look at the moon while you're in a cave exit, some kind of ghost, alien, Herobrine, femboy, something will pop up. And you'll notice that Legend has switched from using recording software to recording with his phone. Only to be safe, because if his computer crashes, then he loses the recording. And he wants to get everything possible on camera, but sadly, nothing even happens here. We are now at October 7th, 2020, where Legend decides it's time to speed up and ends up covering 2 separate theories in one day. For the first test, you have to go into the end dimension at exactly midnight. And apparently something happens, and guess what? The end dimension just seems to be pitch black. This intrigues Legend enough to investigate another theory, where you have to look at the moon for an entire in-game night with the clock, and that's precisely what Legend does. Computer crash. Right after the moon dipped below the horizon too. Might just be my computer though. Only way to know for sure is if my world got set on fire like the rumor said. May told me that max lasts for about 5 to 10 years and it's been 8 years, so I might have to do a funeral soon. This should stand as a PSA. Don't touch a goddamn Mac. Even the description reads 4th entry and the longest. I don't know if the ending was a coincidence, but if it was, then it was timed perfectly. Zero clue what happened. Now, both of these things that happened are very weird, but there is just a coincidence that both of these these could have just happened randomly on the exact same day. But right now, Legend doesn't really have time to think about what caused it, as his sickness is sadly getting worse. He's now spending longer and longer times in bed, away from the game, and just trying to recover. Imagine you're investigating some mysterious theories about a game you like, and then one day some weird things do actually start to happen to you. You might shake it off and not really think too much about it until 5 days later when you log on and see this. I think the rumor was wrong. It doesn't result in fire, it results in endstone. Everything endstone like the moon. So I think I stumbled on some sort of Minecraft mystery. Ooh. I don't know how to progress, but shit, this is real. And I think I'm the only person to find it. I don't know. At least I have a recording. Take that, Minecraft. Legend's entire world gets corrupted with this endstone. Not a single thing Legend read about the test implied that something like this would happen. But as the days go on, you start to think about what happened yesterday with the rumors and why the game glitched out and what's going on. And all these ideas start to bundle up and ruminate in Legend's mind. Yeah, I'm not buying it. There's no way this is just a fucking coincidence.
I thought we already agreed your shitty ass Mac did it.
Right after the moon dipped past the horizon.
It literally crashed a few days before that moon thing, man. It's probably just confirmation bias.
No, you're not listening. Oh my god, the symbolism is there.
You're just creating the fucking symbolism! Oh my fucking god, you seriously got everything from the Minecraft wiki.
Oh, you're just deflecting. Legend gets way more irritable and starts snapping at his friend. It's just over time, since Legend's been alone with his thoughts, he's become more and more skeptical and obsessed with these rumors. This is obvious when you see his next video. This project was never finished. I hope you understand. Where we see a video of just a dark room, but if you increase the lighting, you can see on the walls are a bunch of clocks in item frames, and all these clocks are facing midnight. I think the clues are more abstract than usual. I need to look intently at symbolism. Why endstone? Why endstone everywhere? How is the moon connected to the end? Is the moon the end? Is the earth the new end? Is the earth the new moon? As the days go by, Legend only gets more agitated and is filled up with more and more questions. Legend's trying to think of what resources he has to get him more information. And since no one else that has ever played Minecraft apparently has any more information about this, he'd assume that the creators of the game at least know something. So he drops an email to Mojang hoping they'll respond. And unfortunately, my boy got aired. After this, he would spend the next few days of November just testing the same rumors over and over again until he can possibly get the same result he did last time, and uploads 3 videos in a row of him doing the exact same stare at the moon challenge. After getting some messages on Reddit about his iceberg, his suspicion only doubles.
Hey, great iceberg. I love your Google Doc of explanations. Do you mind if I make a video on your iceberg?
Thanks, sure.
Did you make this creepypasta?
Not really a creepypasta, but they're my videos, yeah.
So do you know what the monster in your update video was?
What monster?
The video called Update Vid at like 26 seconds top right.
What monster? What monster? What monster? What monster? There's an entity in the endstone world.
What the fuck are you talking about? I think that's a reflection of you holding the camera.
I don't really remember where I was with respect to the screen, but you're deflecting.
God, look, man, as much as I want to find out a creepypasta is real, it doesn't fucking work like that, okay? There's no reason for Mojang to even put this in Minecraft. They ain't gonna risk their reputation for a silly Easter egg.
This isn't the end. It's a signal to something greater. I think the end monster represents some kind of agent, and there's probably something more with this agent. This is a good lead. You there? May? I knew it. There was something there. It paid off. I don't know how I didn't see it before, but now that I know, I think it'll only be a few days before I solve this mystery. It's been a while, but not for long. I can finally rest. I just have a few questions. And the agent controls the moon. The amount of research and time he's putting into finding out more about this is starting to increase. And since he can't find any answers around Minecraft, he starts looking for answers in real life. We catch Legend here taking a midnight stroll around his neighborhood, presumably looking for anything strange or off about the moon. It is now November 30th, 2020, and Legend is now deeper than he's ever been. We see video of him walking around outside at night again, but this time in a forest area. But by the end of the video, we see the sun is rising. In his journal, he's implying that he's already started telling people about his findings, as here he mentions telling his cousin, but his cousin didn't understand it at all. We then see a new upload to the channel of Legend in his survival world, presumably looking for the moon or something off again, after weeks of not playing because of the corruption last time. At the very last frame of the video, we see him pick up a clock that's also facing midnight. It's after this that we finally get to hear about Legend's findings, as he puts us to a straight in a 20-minute video where he explains everything he knows.
I think I could probably show you a few if I... Oh gosh. Okay. I'm holding the phone in one hand, so I probably won't be as good as controlling.
This 2012 ass video, man. Recording my laptop with my phone, keeping the render distance down to like 2 so I don't lag. And as you listen to Legend talk about the moon, you could tell bro has been cooking.
Idea that there's a mystery behind this corruption is telling us something. I think there's some agent. Analog horror, the Blair Witch Project. And if you Google this, you'll see the moon's moving. Also, about the moon.
And at this point, most of his videos shift from Minecraft to reality. As this exact same day, he goes out at night and finds the moon shining down at him very, very brightly. And for 3 nights in a row, Legend is just out looking at the moon, not even saying or doing anything, just recording it for 5 or so seconds, and that's it. Legend seems very confident that he's made headway, but he ends up explaining it in the most convoluted way possible.
And I found a journal called Traces of the Worship of the Moon God Sin among the early Israelites.
The solid factor in his understanding of what's going on is this being called the Agent, who is this representative of the moon that's come down to Earth to give us humans a message. And Legend believes that no one's found this agent yet because it takes the form of a rabbit when it's here on Earth. This is because of the worldwide myth of the moon rabbit. The grayish pattern seen on the moon looks similar to a rabbit in a mortar, or just a rabbit, and that observation has stayed consistent across multiple countries. And Legend believes that he's triangulated the exact location to meet with this agent and to find out why the moon is expanding and what's gonna happen to us if we don't acknowledge it. But he's not planning on doing it alone.
Yo, someone told me you made a Minecraft iceberg. Why didn't you tell me? It looks pretty good.
This unnamed friend that seems to be very close with Legend, that Legend starts to plan out with on how they're gonna go out and meet the agent. I've been taking some notes about the moon and I think I've discovered something. So do you mind coming with me tonight or tomorrow night? It's some patch of woods and that's not that far from my house.
I can't do tonight, my bad. I'm gonna sleep out tomorrow night though. Also, like, are you sure there's something actually out there?
Again, this is just a theory, but I'm gathering evidence and the more I find, the stronger my case becomes.
Alright.
We'll just spend half an hour at least scouting around, likely start at 9.
What are we looking for?
Most likely a white rabbit. That's what I can figure
I
out.
don't think there's like any rabbits in this area, bro.
Exactly. If we spot a rabbit, we know it won't be of natural origin for this very reason.
Sure, whatever. I'm down.
So the illustrious day comes that these two are supposed to go out. However, it starts snowing hard as fuck. And because of how cold it is and a possible snowstorm rolling in, it'd be too dangerous to go out at night now. You're free tonight, right?
Snowed real hard today. I didn't think it was gonna happen, so I'm gonna stay inside.
Alright. I'll try scouting on my own.
No, what the fuck? Don't. Just wait a few days.
Sure. I'm going.
The snow's still there. I said wait a few days. Bro, is your phone on silent? Pick up. I'm calling you right now.
Legend's crawl through the snow comes to a halt as he goes limp and lifelessly lays in the snow. Until his body begins to be dragged away. And we know because of seeing some text messages after that this was his friend dragging his body back home. Sorry.
Just stop with the wood stuff now. I was fine doing this with you, but you really you want to get yourself killed, huh?
I don't, but the faster I do this, the faster I can be done.
Well, that won't matter if you die.
I'll try.
Thanks. Stay safe, man. I feel like there's better ways to do what you're trying to do.
So after this near-death experience, does anything get any better? Well, taking a look at what we have documented next, everything just gets worse. As Legend keeps popping these pills.
What were you talking about with your pills? You mentioned something called Psycho Silver. I just found Power Rangers when I looked it up.
It's Psychosylvan. Cough medicine mainly, but it helps with anxiety. Puts things into scale.
Oh, cool. Still nothing on Google though.
Oh. Weird. And as his physical and mental health dwindles, his relationship starts to become more and more toxic. My computer's broke. I've lost everything I've been working on.
Fucking hell.
The fact it happened so close to my first agent contact attempt means that they probably knew.
Agent like Men in Black? The hell kind of shit have you been taking?
I brought this up with you already. You need to believe me, please.
Happy holidays, I guess. Hope you get better.
I'm more focusing on your hope you get better comment. You're assuming I need to get better. And after May blocked Legend, it just seemed that every single day was a further and further descent. First day you'd see him recording the moon, then the next day, then the next day, then the next day. And if this isn't enough proof at how far this man Legend has fallen, then I think one of the best places to look is at his personal journal, where if we compare them to as they were months ago to now, it's completely changed. It's all covered in poetry and symbols and cryptic shit about the moon that's borderline unreadable at a point. And thankfully, I actually don't have to read it, as at least for a while, Legend switches from written journals to
August 10th, 2021. I'm going to switch to audio journals for now.
and we get to hear his log day to day as he goes through his life. Let's hear what he has to say.
For lunch, I ate a tuna sandwich. It was pretty good.
Get this man to Sure SM7B in a podcast. He's fucking ready.
The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Now we get to hear him talk about these things like the pills and his sickness with his actual voice, and he sounds more depressed and ill than ever before.
I got some more refills for my cough pills. The pills have been carrying me through these days. I threw up a lot today. I was basically just over my toilet.
It even gets to the point where we reach his birthday.
I'm 18 now. It was my birthday today.
Happy birthday, man. Where he can't even enjoy a simple day with his family, surrounded by people that love him, because of this damn moon thing. It's affected him so bad that as the days go on and we reach the tail end of the year, everything that happened to Legend hits him all at once, and he realizes that he might have to go.
I just realized why it fucking happened. I almost died in those fucking woods. Oh, fuck. I don't know how far they are. I don't know how much they've seen about me. I don't know how fucking safe I am. Oh god, they probably know where I am.
I need to leave the city. Are you there? I almost died in the woods because the agent was hostile to me.
You almost died because it was freezing and cold and you didn't prepare at all.
Yeah, but the causes of the agent. This motherfucker and his agent, man. And it turns out that this was all perfectly timed with his birthday of him just turning 18 to where now he can legally live on his own. And he goes through with this in one of the most complicated ways possible.
I spent the last 3 days on my laptop putting together what I think looks like an official college acceptance letter for Cornell University.
Faking going to college just to live somewhere else? Yeah, I mean, that happens. Faking going to college to escape moon agents? Legend even tried to tell anyone about that. Who's gonna support him? So he goes off on his own and tries to figure out this whole thing himself, which,
I don't really know how to cook my own food or make my own food.
he's definitely not prepared to do whatsoever. And by the tail end of this year, everything just starts to go downhill as Legend doesn't even want to turn on lights in his apartment anymore and reflects on how stale his life has gotten after this whole thing.
I do not feel very good today. I've been throwing up and 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 throwing up. I feel so fucking dehydrated. Sometimes I feel like this whole thing was just a
If you want to know why this guy's freaking out so bad, just take a second and sit in his shoes. In Legend's mind, deep down, I think he knows that only one of two realities can be true. One, everything that's been going on surrounding the moon and him in the game has all been just a coincidence, and nearly dying in the snow, shutting off his family, getting blocked by his friends was all for nothing. Or reality number two, Legend is now basically stuck on the run if he wants to survive because there are moon agents chasing after him because he figured out the secrets. And at this point in time, both realities are terrifying, and I don't think he wants to accept either of them. This is why it must be so hard to comprehend this and sit with the fact that your life is fucked no matter what happened. It gets so bad that he has to try to distract himself wherever he can.
I tried to draw a cat, and I think It looks good.
Now that is a damn good cat. But eventually, as December rolls around, he gets to the end of his rope, and he's done.
December 31st. This is the last one I'll do.
But it's by the tail end of the year where things start to change. He stops doing these journals and just goes back to staring at the moon every night, trying to get information on what's really going on. All the while, Legend's friend hits him up again at the beginning of the new year to just check in on him and see how he's doing. Someone on YouTube is talking about your stuff with the moon, in case you want to see that. I don't know if you're avoiding everything about the moon, but if it's by RT60, I've seen it already. He put me in the... Oh, he shouted me out. Oh my god, Legend. I want to kiss you. But he comes to the conclusion that he is going to help his friend no matter what, and he tells Legend to go and get therapy. And now at this point, Legend had a choice to make. Go back home and face whatever possible demons lie there, this time with the help of a therapist, or stay in the darkness, cowering in fear, consistently looking and staring at the thing that makes you so afraid. This video, titled Update, is uploaded to the Legend Finder YouTube channel.
This year hasn't been very good. A friend asked me if I should go to therapy. I never thought about it.
Despite his consistent fears and him still cowering over the moon, even while he was doing this, Legend goes through with booking therapy. And we actually get to see him go in and discuss his issues and be more open about the situation than he has been with anyone in the past.
It's nice to meet you. What did you want to discuss with me today?
I just wanted to get my life in order. There's not much that happens in each day.
Worried that if you stop dwelling and trying to figure out these thoughts, something bad will happen to you.
And a few weeks later, Legend is feeling better.
I've been to a couple therapy sessions by now. I think I'm getting better. I really do feel happier.
Legend wants to abandon and leave all this moon stuff behind him. Understandable, I mean, it did ruin his life a couple times, but before he did, he uploaded all of these unknown videos I didn't upload before. He gathered all of this information and research on his past life into a Google Drive and is ready to say goodbye to us. But before he does, he also wants to use this whole thing to notify us about what we should possibly be afraid of. His final post about this whole moon situation is a wiki article that he wrote talking about the expansion of the moon. The expansion of the moon refers to an unexplained phenomenon starting on October 7th, 2020. This document has sources, stories, subliminal messaging, links to real people, folklore, theories. You can actually click on some of the blue and orange text to get a link to an actual wiki article. Some of my favorite ones in here are, if you click on kitten, you see, oh, what the fuck? And this section right here, which I feel explains a lot about the story. Legend was calculating the ascension and the altitude of the moon while it was on top of New York City. And underneath he writes, altitude may be negative below the horizon. If it's below the horizon, you won't be able to see it. No matter how hard you try, you won't be able to see it. It's not your fault. It's difficult sometimes to realize that some things are not your fault. And when you click on some things, it brings you to an empty Wikipedia page of the ungoogleable secret pills that Legend had been taking throughout the entire time he was going insane. And the second I read that, everything just opened up to me. I had a brain blast. What I believe he's implying here is that addiction is not your fault. When you become addicted to something, you don't even realize that you're addicted. You're just trying to cope with this crazy, wild-ass world that we live in every day, with new fears popping up seemingly out of nowhere when you were just trying to live your life. However, once they realize that they are addicted, they have a responsibility to bring themselves out of that hole before they fall even deeper and deeper into their madness. Just like Legend and his addiction to not only psilocybin, but also, you know, that one rock. But there's so much more in this wiki page that I would encourage you to go to this Google Drive folder and read it. It's in the description of some of the most recent videos on Legend's channel, because this whole wiki feels so surreal, even especially with NASA making a major announcement about exciting news with the moon back in October of 2020. That all just lines up with this way too well. Is there something deeper really hidden about not only the moon in Minecraft, but also the moon in real life? Is Mojang hiding something from us? Was this whole story really about the moon at all? These are all questions with answers that are up to you. You can make up your own theories, your own conclusions about everything that's happened here today. But one thing has stayed very, very clear throughout the entire story. Don't look at the moon. You watched that whole thing? Fucking nerd. I love you for dedicating some of your time to watching this video because Legend put a ton of effort into this and I just tried to emulate it the best way I could and I hope I did a good job. I'm not going to take up too much of your time because YouTube tells me that no one gives a fuck about outros, but I want to try and be more consistent and persistent with making good content and just being here in the present instead of my own brain all day. So I'd suggest you go to the Discord second channel or Twitch channel where you can keep up to date with the community. I'll see y'all later. Peace, peace.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like RT60, you should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like RT60, you should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.